Hi everybody, welcome back to the Limit Breakdown, where we break down the latest in movies, TV, and everything going on in entertainment. Today we're going to be doing our weekly breakdown leading into the week of March 10th. So we got a little bit of an Oscar predictions for you guys today. Not every category, we're just going to do the ones that we particularly care about. So let's start with you, man. Let's go down this list and see what predictions you have.
All right, so the nominees currently for Best Picture are Avatar, The Way of the Water, so Avatar 2, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun, Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness. My pick, so I want to say, are the ones that I've seen. Everything Everywhere at Once was fantastic. Elvis was really good. Top Gun was good. I've heard Tar is good. I think it's going to be between Everything Everywhere at Once or Elvis. Those are my two.
I've heard good talk about The Fabelmans and about Tar. The ones on that list, we saw Elvis and Everything Everywhere All at Once, both which were really, really good. As much as I would like to see Everything Everywhere All at Once win, I don't think it's going to. And with the hype that I've heard, I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Mr. Spielberg for The Fabelmans.
The Fabelmans? I can see that. I can see it. I've heard it's a really good movie too. So, all right, fair enough. Well,
in that same vein, going to Best Director. The categories or the nominees are Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin.
Good movie.
Todd Field for Tar. Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. And Daniel Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And Spielberg for Fabelmans.
And Spielberg for The Fabelmans. It'll probably be Spielberg, but I definitely want Daniel Kwan to win. That movie was brilliantly directed.
I think it's going to be between those two as well. The Fabelmans or Everything Everywhere at Once. It was very beautifully executed. So
honestly, in that same vein, as we lead into the other categories that we'll be keeping an eye out for Best Actor and Best Actress, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I feel has a lot of recognition coming up on this. Let's see here.
So Best Actor,
Best Actress, Michelle
Yeoh.
Yes, yeah.
Michelle Yeoh for I think she's gonna get probably that award for Best Actress. She did a great job for Everything Everywhere Once. So Best Actress nominees are Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere at Once.
Yeah.
And I think Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere at Once is going to get it. Now, Best Actor, on the other hand, Austin Butler, Elvis, I think he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
that was so
good.
Him. Colin Farrell's The Banshees of Inisherin, I've heard he did a really good job. Well, I heard the movie itself is good.
Also, Brendan Fraser
for The Whale.
For The Whale, yeah.
Yep. Paul Mescal for After Sun and Billy Nye for Living. I think personally, I think it's going to be between Brendan Fraser and Austin Butler. Brendan Fraser, to me, did a spectacular job in The Whale. He did. He poured his heart out for that role. I think he did a great job. But I think Austin Butler and Elvis also did a really good job. Like, the end of the movie, and now when I see Austin Butler, I'm like, yo, that's Elvis.
Yeah.
Like, he nailed down that character really well. So those are my picks for Best Actor.
Let's see. What was the other one? Best Supporting Actress?
Yep.
Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett for Black Panther 2, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. So I can easily see it going to Angela Bassett because that was a very, very powerful performance.
I agree.
Although I can also see it going to Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
As much as I would like to see it for Everything Everywhere at Once, and I think I hope Everything Everywhere at Once, such a long name,
Yeah.
wipes the board. I think Angela Bassett did like you said, a very powerful role for Black Panther.
You don't want. It's one of those things where it's like, if everything being equal on its merits, you would like to say how would you express it? The artistic merit of the content should be the leading factor, but I think particularly in the case of Angela Bassett, the emotional baggage that was carried into that movie and was definitely carried into that performance when she was talking about the loss of T'Challa. It spoke to everyone about the loss of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was able to channel her emotion in that in mourning Chadwick into the character that was mourning T'Challa, and I think that's what made that performance that much more powerful. So
yeah, I agree. Moving on to Best Supporting Actor, so Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, Jude Hirsch for Fabelmans, Barry Codenhog for Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere at Once. I'm gonna be totally biased. I'm gonna go with Ke Huy Quan because, like I said, I just want him to win.
It's a great Hollywood comeback story.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. I just like that. I just like that movie, and I think he did a good job. So I'm gonna be biased and say that he should win. Now, whether he's not is I don't know.
I mean, I think he did a bang up job. Yeah. I thought it was a great performance, but again, we clearly love that movie. So
yep.
Best animated feature.
Ooh, this one I am. So the nominees are Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On,
okay,
Puss in Boots,
okay,
The Sea Beast, and Turning Red.
Okay.
Now I have not seen The Sea Beast. I don't know if you have, but I've seen. But I've heard Puss in Boots is really good. I haven't seen it. I think you guys saw it, right?
Yes, we've seen it.
I saw Pinocchio, really good. Marcel the Shell I've seen, and Turning Red. Out of these, I'm not gonna lie, I think Turning Red was probably my favorite. I love Turning Red. It is a great movie. One of the Disney, I think, finally did one of the movies really, really well, where it's like award worthy, not just here's a fun, entertaining movie. Yeah. So I really hope Turning Red wins.
Turning Red was such an interesting movie, just watching it in general, because just seeing the backlash, if you will, online, and it's like people just making these ridiculous assumptions as to what the movie was about, and even if it was about that, it's like,
well, now I'm curious. So, what do you think they would think it was about?
No, there was a bunch of I call them neckbeards, but there was a bunch of like
internet trolls, keyboard warriors,
that were upset because they were saying that the Turning Red was a euphemism for a woman's period. And so they were like, "Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually exactly what I think the movie's about."
Yeah,
so.
No, but that's kind of the thing. Like, even if it is,
no, it's still a great movie. I love that movie.
I don't understand. Like, why are you so offended?
I wasn't offended. I generally thought that's what the movie's about. But and I was like, that's a great movie.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those. It's like, do you not know that this is a thing? Because it happens whether you acknowledge it or not. So it's.
Oh man, yeah.
But anyway,
I'm gonna go with Turning Red for best animated feature film.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see it. I definitely enjoyed it. Best original screenplay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this right there, right now. I don't even care what the nominees are. It has to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. If that doesn't win best original screenplay, there's no justice.
Yeah, it was a really good. It was really good script. Really, really good script.
Like, if it wins nothing else, it has to win best original screenplay. Because how can it not?
Yeah, I can see that. All right, what's next on our list? Best cinematography. I don't know about this one. Only because it's harder to compare. So the nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. in all honesty, I have no clue. I can't tell you. None of these. So to me, cinematography doesn't stick out as much unless there's some really clever stuff that they do. So I'm a bad judge of this one.
I'm a big fan of just the way that certain things are shot, the way that certain things are presented. You can have a very powerful dialogue dialogue centric scene, and if it's shot correctly, it can be just as intense as a action filled scene. So for those reasons, All Quiet on the Western Front, I think did that particularly well.
Yeah.
And yeah, a case could be made for Tar as well. But there's just a lot in the cinematography aspect of it. It's more than just how, you know, people think of cinematography like Lord of the Rings, like the wide angle shots, or like, you know, all of this very cinematic things. But a lot of it is just framing of the characters and how everything is positioned, and you know.
Birdman. I thought that was. I don't know if you've seen Birdman. Michael Keaton's movie.
Yeah.
That cinematography was really clever.
Yeah.
But at that time, nobody had done something like that.
Yeah.
So, fair enough.
All right. Moving on, we have quite a bit of Marvel news that have come out for the week. Speaking of Marvel, The Marvels, which was originally slated for what, June?
Yeah.
Has now been pushed back to November of this year. With that, there's certain rumors about how the MCU is planning on switching up its pacing with the movies and the TV shows. I guess it's in their way of trying to respond a little bit to some
fans,
critical feedback, and so we'll see how that pans out. There's quite a bit of rumors in this area right now. Deadpool 3 has been Kevin Feige has confirmed that it will be a rated R feature.
So don't bring your kids expecting a superhero movie and then complain online. Karens.
Also, casting for the Fantastic Four is supposed to be beginning soon.
Nice.
So we should start getting some leaks on that. Supposedly they're starting with Sue Storm is who they're casting for first. So that'll be interesting. And then the most interesting rumor that I found is Kevin Feige, who has been the longtime head of creative for Marvel, is rumored to be up for the position of an executive chairman at Disney, which is a pretty big promotion.
Yeah.
And if that does go through, then they're also saying that
Jon
Favreau is going to be taking over Kevin Feige's position as head of creative, which he's been doing a lot of work with Disney as far as Star Wars creative. So
he did Mandalorian. And a few other things.
Yeah. So. Speaking of which, season 3 of Mandalorian just kicked off. That first episode was so good. Anyway, but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see who steps up into that Kevin Feige role as head of creative at Marvel. If it does, if there is any truth to it. I don't necessarily know how I feel about Jon Favreau as head of Marvel creative, because like I said, I like him so much in the Star Wars role. But then
he's done a lot of good stuff. He did majority of the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll pull something out of his butt.
Well, and they were saying that if Jon Favreau comes in as head of creative, that might be a way to get the Russo brothers back on board to direct the next Avengers project. So I don't know. Like I said, all of that is rumors. So we'll see how it all pans out.
Another big rumor. So Spider-Man 4 has finished writing. They finished the story for Spider-Man 4. They're excited and they're gonna start production on that movie. And speaking of Spider-Man, in the Kang Dynasty, Spider-Man is going to be apparently the central focus of all of that. So we'll see how Tom Holland's Spider-Man will be connected to the Kang Dynasty now. Hopefully they explain it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're gonna do all of this. it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, it can live up to the hype.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you got anything else?
I think I'm good.
All right, so that's our weekly roundup. Let us know if there's anything that you want to talk about that we missed. Let us know in the comments, or let us know your picks for the Oscars and or anything that you want to tell us. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch you next week. All right, so thanks for tuning in, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
And please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and podcasting services such as Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Thanks a lot. Catch you next time.